Agents, what's up? It's Patrick Wolf here. So this is going to be a video about the best things to do when you enter the game, when you first enter the game. If you haven't played the Division 1 or if you've played the Division 1, this is just going to be a guide for you guys when you start playing the game. And a lot of people are only going to start playing the game on the 15th of this month, which is Friday. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's just get into this. So when you arrive at obviously the White House, you're going to walk straight into your base of operations. So once you get here, the first thing you got to do is you got to come here and you got to unlock this quartermaster. So this is something that I need to get straight with you guys. It's very important. With regards to skills, now that's going to be second priority. The first priority, well, they're going to force you to unlock this perk, which is obviously you want to be able to hold two weapons. All right, so once you've unlocked that, you need to get Shade Tech. Now you can get Shade Tech by completing Shade Tech missions, which look like this, guys. You get it by completing all missions, main missions, but Shade Tech missions will be this icon right here, Shade Tech cash. So you go and you get the cash, and it'll give you Shade Tech to actually unlock perks and things like that. So as you can see, the ones that I've really highlighted, which I've done the most of, is this one. So this is the one that you want to go to off the bat. Now this gives you XP for headshots, then you unlock it again. So you'll do it multiple times until you've unlocked the last one, which is just not dying. It gives you XP, guys. So if you want to level up quickly, if you want to get the best gear as quick as you can, things like that. We don't want to rush the game, but this is what you need to do. So you get a whole bunch of XP. I mean, just a small engagement with like 4 enemies will give you about 700 experience, which is ridiculous. So when you're about level 3 or 4. So that's very important. That's the first thing that you guys need to know when you're starting this game. The next thing is going to be skills. Now, I've tested most of these skills. The ones that I haven't tested are are the shield and the Seeker Mine, but I've used the Seeker Mine and the Firefly. Now I've seen what the Firefly can do, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I will be doing review videos of each of the skills. But when you guys start, you obviously want to know. Ooh, I mean, skill unlocks are very hard to come by. You only get one per main mission. So what I recommend, guys, is the first skill you guys need to get is go to the drone and well, trust me, this is what you want. This is really the best skill at the moment, period, like in the beginning of the game. This is the fixer drone, so he heals you. He follows you, he shoots green light at you, as you can see in the picture, and he heals your agent up, gives you shield. And you can actually push a button to activate it onto your fellow agents, so you can heal your teammates as well if they need it. So far, the pulse it takes so long to cool down, guys, and it only does 25 meters off the base, which is not great. The turret hardly does damage. The drone variant, which is the Bombardier, you have to manually do it. We don't have time for that. You might as well just shoot your gun. They need to buff it a little bit, or we are going to have to see what skill builds we can make in the future, because at the moment it's not very good. I've tried the Striker drone. It does hardly any damage. It's absolutely pointless. Don't waste your time doing these. Get the Fixer drone first, guys. And the next thing that I want to show you is if you like to heal yourself a lot, this is probably arguably better. The burst heal is better than the drone. You can spam this. So you can shoot at the ground and quickly press the button twice again, and it absolutely shoots it very quickly. So you'll open up 3 canisters within 2 seconds. So this is really good for healing your teammates. It's better than the drone for healing your teammates because it's more of a burst heal. And if you get the only issue that I have with it, which you guys will find out, is if you try and heal yourself with it, your character lifts up and you actually get out of cover. So you need to do this behind a wall or something tall enough to cover your entire body. But you can heal yourself extremely fast with this. So I recommend getting the Fixer drone and this, especially if you guys don't really know the game very well and you just want to get by without having to struggle. And at least you can heal yourself, especially if you're playing solo. Alright guys, so next up, you'll be moving through the world and you'll come across the settlement. That's one of the first things you encounter. This is a community where you can upgrade it, get various people, well, you hire people for your base of operations. So it's very important that you make sure that you continuously hire people. So this is what it looks like. You'll be given projects to do, and another thing, bear in mind, guys, when you move through the world and you pick up things like a mask or a backpack, don't just sell your extra masks or backpacks because This is something that you'll find out. You actually need to donate things like there, donate 3 masks, or donate backpacks, or donate, things like crafting materials. So don't just sell your things or just keep them on you, because shortly after you start the game, you'll need them to hand over to the project lady to actually upgrade your settlement and do projects. And they actually give you blueprints. So, like if you want a nice magazine or a ACOG scope, you can get that. And you'll come over here and you can hire all these people. So you just do main missions and you follow what it says. You follow what they tell you to do. Um, you just go to your progress over here. So the theater, I've actually fully upgraded. You go there, it'll tell you exactly how to do it. Get new milestones, so you can see new roof barbecue, so it tells you what you do, and this is how you get her. You got to do all those missions, and it's pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing much to it. You got the firing range, so once you've done that, you get all your employees, and you just move forward. With regards to the weapons, guys, so if we go to your main menu here, I've gone through a lot of the weapons in the game so far, the ones that I could get my hands on. There's a lot of different types. So we've got the assault rifle. This is a fully automatic. You can see here, it'll tell you assault rifle there, which is a selective fire semi-automatic rifle, which is better for a bit of a longer range, as you can see by the drop off. So this is an LMG. The reticle is a big square. Now, this is just for people who haven't really played the game. So the big square gets smaller. So it gives you more accuracy over time. So if you can't hit your targets because you're trying to burst fire, just hold it down. You'll see your reticle will go smaller. It'll help you destroy enemies from range. These are SMGs, perfect for close encounters. Do not stack stability or accuracy on it with mods. Don't do that. You don't need it. These are talents. Some of the weapons will have talents. As you can see, this is a purple one. So we got eyeless, 20% weapon damage to blinded enemies. That's when they're blinded. You shoot them, you get them more damage. 10% reload speed, which is great. That's what you see there. So just read that and make sure that they're active as well. On some of the weapons, you'll see they won't be active. They have certain requirements. So when you mod your weapons, you just right click, or if you're on console, push whatever button you need to push. Double click here, and what you'll do is the way to get mods is a bit different from the Division 1. So when you come to this settlement, the first person you'll unlock is this woman over here, and she will allow you to um, craft mods at your base. So go back to the base, you craft all your mods there if you need mods, but I wouldn't focus too much on mods straight off the bat, but they're very important, especially extended mags. It gives you a lot more perks. It does. Bear in mind that these mods actually take stats down, so you might be getting weapon damage and you might be sacrificing accuracy. But like I said before, accuracy and stability don't matter unless it's the rifles. The rifles, it is easier to fire with accuracy. Accuracy is that the time it takes your reticle to become smaller, so it helps at longer range, where stability is obviously your recoil. So if you're on console, you have to try and balance it out the way that you feel comfortable with. Alright guys, so just a little bit of tips in when you're in the heat of battle in combat. Now, if you're going to be using the skills that I've told you to use, when you're in cover, which you need to be in cover a lot, if you're new to this game, to the division, you cannot just run at enemies. Make sure you stay in cover. When you pop this chem launcher, you see your character is, you see how long it took to reload? He actually is out of cover for a long time, so you will take a lot of damage. So what I recommend is you pop your drone, let him heal you up. So that's for you. Keep it to yourself. And when you're shooting, heal your teammates. When you shoot this, what you're going to do is spam it. Spam the trigger with a button, whatever button you use to shoot it, and you'll see, as you can see, it shoots it very quickly. That'll fully burst your entire team. Full healing. So it's very strong. And with all of this being said, if you go over here, guys, this little circle is all of your stats basically. So it tells you what is actually on your gun. Then it tells you your weapon damage. This is more of a technical side to it, which we'll be getting into at a later stage. So my crit chance is 3%, 39% critical hit damage, which is great. If I add mods, I can increase that. All weapon damage bonus, that's from the gear pieces, which we're going to get to in a second. So I've got 10% SMG damage bonus. That's from one of my gear sets that I've got. So that's my armor. Now this is where it gets interesting. So skill power is scaled differently in this game now compared to the Division 1. 42 skill power is quite a lot for the level that I'm at now. and you'll see why now. So that's why you can get a lot of healing. So try and get your skill power to at least 20. That's what I would say in the beginning, especially when you're using these skills. Um, so when you get pieces of gear, guys, you're gonna see it's gonna have they're each gonna have a different symbol. So this is D and H. This is Douglas and Harding over there. That's how you know which is which. This is Richter and Kaiser, whatever that's called. So when you use one piece, you get hazard protection. That's basically exotic damage resilience. So grenades, fire, things like that. Then if you stack three, you'll get shield skill power. So you need to decide what kind of player you want to be. Um, this, if I get three pieces of that, I'll get crit damage and crit chance, which will be very, very strong. Um, the gear ranks from it's gray to green to blue to purple to yellow or gold. And then exotic, which is like a deep red. That's how you know an orange. So that's how you know the scaling of this. Obviously, that was in ascending order. So being yellow and the exotics being the best. So in my opinion, at the moment, I feel like this is the best gear set for me. I'm trying to get a three piece. It's crit damage 7%, drone skill power 15%. That's going to greatly increase my drone skill power. And then 10% crit chance. That's a very, very good set. At the moment, I've got a two piece of this, which gives me, well, actually, it's a three piece. Gives me skill power 10%, which is why I've got such good skill power, 8% health, and that 5% weapon damage. Very nice set. And then just got the one piece here, SMG damage, which because I've got my secondary as an SMG, this is how you're going to build your character in the beginning. But bear in mind that every level you go up, your gear becomes outdated. So I wouldn't really focus too much on getting gear in the beginning, guys. Just work your way through, get to the next settlement. Eventually you'll come to this one here, the castle. Get through, get some shade tech, make sure you get your XP bonuses up, get extra grenades, throw grenades, make sure you can restock as much as you can because you're going to need those grenades coming back. That's actually a perk that you can get there. Get the grenade perk. That's a very good thing to get. So just rock through the main missions, do some side missions, and just follow those steps, and it'll be a lot easier than you think it, because it is a bit difficult. It can be tricky, especially if you started this game as a fresh player. But as long as you follow these steps, you won't really have a big problem. Something that is very important, and I cannot stress enough, guys, is when you encounter vendors, don't go and spend your credits on these juicy pieces of gear, all right? Because you'll buy this, and within an hour of playing, you'll reach level 12, maybe even level 13, and this piece of gear will become outdated, and you'll probably find a better one. So when you're going through your missions, find gear, look around, look for boxes, because you get gear very quickly. Do not buy gear from vendors until you hit level 30, guys. Trust me, don't do it, it's a mistake. Do not use all your crafting materials at the crafting station. So when you come over here, when you unlock the first employee, do not come here, do not craft a lot of things. If you need a mod or two, that's fine. But bear in mind that you don't want to waste your materials. Keep your materials, and rather than selling all your gear, deconstruct some of it to get materials, because those materials are very important and very good to have. Another thing that I need to talk about is on the perk side of things, something that I forgot to tell you guys earlier is when you come to the perks, there is a crafting perk and an inventory perk. So one of the best things to do when you start off is come and grab this deconstruction one. So it gives you extra crafting materials. Once you've done that, then deconstruct your gear, because it'll give you a lot more stuff and it's worth your while. And then the next thing that I would get after that, guys, is inventory. It gives you more inventory space because you'll be running through missions and you'll be forced to skip picking up pieces of gear, which is not what you want to do. So always make sure that when you enter a mission, when you're on a new level, pick up everything, put the items on, and do not waste too much time upgrading your gear, because you will just get better loot. Just before we end this video, guys, I would just like to show you my clan, which is the Wolf Clan. So it is public. You guys can join. Just have a decent mic. This is it over here. All capital letters with a space. Wolf Clan WCL. Join up. I'm currently recruiting some people. It's gonna be great. You get a lot of caches, a lot of benefits with joining your clan. So make sure you hit me up. You will be able to join me as long as you just where you can basically invite yourself, because like I said before, it's public. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a short little guide for people who are starting the game. I will be giving out much more in-depth videos and reviews coming soon. So leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.